Hello and welcome back. Carlton have just lost to St Kilda. We're going to keep this one short and sharp as it's nice and late, but we're not going to beat around the bush too much. If we're going to be very upfront and honest, we didn't deserve to win this game, and for a number of reasons. Main reason is we dug a hole for ourselves. Simply put, 15-point losers, however, had 5 more shots on goal. Only kicked 10 goals for the game. Conversion was well down on what has been, recent trends where we've been able to kick more goals than behinds. Although the thing that really stands out for me, and the same thing could be said for a lot of Carlton supporters, the third quarter. Third quarter, we kicked 1 goal 6. The Saints kicked 3 goals 1, and they were 1 goal 1 until the final couple of minutes, where they kicked 2 late ones, and ultimately I think that was, the decisive factor. I think that really sort of sealed our fate, if we're going to be very honest. The fact that we played that whole quarter, probably dominated for 90% of the quarter, had more territory, had more shots on goal, had more threat, and we still lost the quarter by a goal. And losing the game by 15 points, 2 goals is a big deal. It potentially could have swung the other way. I think one of the goals that they scored, it came from, I think, De Koning, who kicked a shot on goal and he missed. And it went right up the other end and they scored a goal. So if TDK kicks that goal, there's no knowing what the final score, the final outcome would have actually been. If we were up at 3/4 time, the team talks would have been different, a lot of, other things. If we look at it from a personnel standpoint, a lot of players were off tonight. Their output was down. I think maybe one player exceeded 30 touches. Obviously, we've seen, success if our whole midfield is 30 touches, and you would expect it. But Sam Walsh, 33, Cripps, 31. But here's the staggering thing. Next best is 25 with Adam Sard. And then it's George Hewitt on 22. That's the next best midfielder. That's really unlike a lot of games this season. Chera with 16 touches on return. It's pretty disappointing. Walshy and Cripps, out of their 64 touches combined, 2/3 of them were handballs. And Cripps had 1 tackle, Walshy had 2 tackles and no marks. So there was no control there. No nothing. A lot of pressure by the Saints. Fair play to them. But I think another thing, if we go back to the goal kicking and rehash it, just keep things simple. How many times we had shots on goal directly in front or on very slight angles and missed? I mean, that's got to be a point of emphasis on the training ground next week, 100%. Because, difference maker. As I just said, Charlie kicked 1 goal 4, Harry kicked 2 goals 1, but he had a couple out on the fulls in there as well. Jesse Motlop was a shining light, so we'll give him some props there. He was the leading goal kicker for the Blues, amazingly enough, in what is probably his 6th career game. Mind you, goals were, coming at a premium for us, but that's just not acceptable, is it? It's not. And this is a real kick in the guts. I'm triggered, high key. And the reason for that, this game was huge. We circled this one on the calendar and said, we need to win this game. We see the run ahead. We see the games that are so difficult for us to win, given who they are, where they're situated on the ladder. And this is the one. We needed to win this. We've lost it. We've got West Coast next week. And I have reservations. I am scared. I know, the personnel they've got coming back and, who have come back recently in recent weeks. It's scary. We could easily drop it. It's in Perth. The fans are hostile. It's scary. We've got to keep the optimism. We're 1 week removed from that Fremantle win. And it's just been flipped right on its head this evening. St Kilda were in the worst of the form. Fremantle were in some really good form. And, we did the impossible both times. That's what it felt like. So it's a bit scary. It is a bit scary. I think we're getting reinforcements on the way. Pitnet possibly next week. I don't know if there's a need for him. That's going to be interesting to see how De Koning and Pitnet mesh if, they both play. Wiedering coming back, is just absolutely astronomical. for our hopes of, winning those tougher matches. We just got to, be fingers crossed. Keep the fingers crossed that we don't pick up more injuries. Tonight was a starting point. This is a minor hiccup. It gets a little bit scary given some teams, potentially 8th could be on 9 wins by the end of the round. And all of a sudden, that cushion we had isn't so much of a cushion anymore. But, we've got to keep the faith. As I said, we've had some good wins this season. We've had moments of adversity, which we've faced and we've successfully overcome. So we've got to keep doing that. But yeah, this is disappointing, I have to say, more than anything. I had a sneaky suspicion it was going to happen. It did happen. And we've just got to come back from it. Just the fact that the Saints had like 5 injuries, bro. Marshall went down for, the best part of 20 minutes. Howard was out. How did we not capitalize on that? Hunter Clark and Dan Butler knocked each other out. Jack Nunes, the Saints killer, bro. That man, I don't know how he avoided all forms of contact, and 2 St Kilda players knocked each other out. Don't ask me how that's happened. And don't ask me how, even with all those players out, even with all those rotations down, we still couldn't capitalize. Very disappointing. You can say coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it is what it is. And we've got to move forward. So thank you for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm interested to hear it. So thank you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.